Hey, what's up YouTube? In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can start making money online without doing any of the actual work yourself. Let's get right into it. Okay, so what am I talking about here? I'm talking about a method where you sell a service for, let's say, $20. And then you outsource the work to someone who offers the same service for less money. So for example, $5 to $10. Essentially, you're acting as the middleman and you're pocketing the difference. This is surprisingly easy to do, and we're going to be doing this on a website called Fiverr. So Fiverr is a platform where freelancers offer services ranging from literally anything, graphic design to writing, video editing, and more. I've even seen someone offer to scream into a bush for $5, and people actually bought that gig. So yeah, there's quite a lot of stuff on Fiverr. But in short, you can find really talented people offering these kind of services at very low prices. All right, so first of all, you need to figure out what kind of service you want to offer, and this could be quite a lot of different things. But for example, you could do logo design, you could do social media management, you could do writing blog posts. In short, what you want to do is you want to set something up that is in high demand. So let's take logo design just as an example. So what you would do then is you would create a gig on Fiverr, advertising your service for, again, let's just say $20. Now, you're going to want to make sure that your gig looks professional. So you're going to want to use high quality images and describe your service clearly. And the way that you can do this is to simply look at other people's gigs in the same niche and who is selling the service for the same price that you intend selling yours for, and then you simply model their gigs. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to copy them. That's not cool. But take a look and see what they're doing, and then just put a slight twist to it to make it sound a little bit more you. And if you need help with this, you can always ask ChatGPT to basically rewrite it, and then you could describe yourself a little bit more and just, again, have it be more you. Next, you need to find a freelancer who can do the work for you at a lower cost. So head on over to Fiverr and search for logo designers. So what you're going to want to do now is you want to filter the results by price and check the reviews to make sure that you're hiring someone reliable. So let's say that you find a freelancer offering logo designs for $5 or $10 and they have great reviews. Perfect. What you're going to want to do is you want to purchase a couple of logos yourself from the person that you intend to work with, just to make sure that their quality is actually as good as it seems. Now, you can then also use these pictures as examples on your gig that you're about to set up, which is perfect. I'll talk more about this later on. So what I would personally recommend is that you buy from 3 or more different people and then simply pick the person you think did the best job to work with going forward. If you like all of them, or at least 2, that's amazing. Keep the other ones as a backup. Now, once you receive an order for your $20 gig, you're going to place an order from your $5 freelancer. Make sure to communicate clearly with both the freelancer and the buyer to make sure that everything works smoothly. The key here is managing the expectations of the clients and making sure that they're happy with the work that your freelancer is delivering. So once the freelancer completes the job and you deliver it to the customer, voila, you just made $15 in profit doing absolutely no work at all except to just communicate between the buyer and the freelancer. Alright, so here's a few tips to make this strategy successful. Alright, so tip number 1, choose the right services, which basically just means find something that is in demand where you can find reliable freelancers. Alright, so tip number 2 is to develop a good working relationship with your freelancer. Consistent quality is very important when it comes to maintaining clients. So tip number 3 is going to be to make sure that your customers are always happy, because the more good reviews you get, the bigger you can grow this business, and that is obviously good. Okay, so tip number 4 is going to be to set up some kind of communication tool between you and the freelancer. This is going to be super important because there might be a lot of customers waiting to get their stuff delivered, for example. In that case, you want to be able to communicate back and forth with the seller really quickly. I would recommend Slack or Trello, but if all you guys have is, for example, Facebook or WhatsApp, that's fine as well. Just as long as you have something that is faster than going back and forth on Fiverr. Alright, so let's talk about some potential challenges and how to overcome them, because this method, even though it's very easy and there's going to be very little work for you, here are some things to consider. Alright, so the first potential hurdle is going to be inconsistent quality. Sometimes the work that you receive may not meet your standards or your client's standards, and this is why it's important to have a couple different backup sources as well. So if one freelancer consistently, like the person that purchased from you, they complain and they're like, this isn't really good enough, I want something else. As I said previously, make sure you have ideally 3 to maybe even 4 backups that you can use at any given time, so that if someone just starts delivering a little bit like mediocre results, use someone else. All right, so potential hurdle number 2 is going to be delays. So sometimes freelancers will not deliver on time, and obviously life can happen, like anything can happen. But if this happens more often than not, then just make sure that you set deadlines with them and tell them that it is super important that they deliver within whatever time frame you set on your gig. So if you promise people to deliver within 48 hours, for example, make sure the freelancer knows this and that you always get the work delivered within that time frame. And finally, the potential hurdle number 3 is going to be to basically set the expectations right away. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to under-promise and over-deliver as much as humanly possible. This will give you really good reviews. And as I said, like the more good reviews you have, the bigger the business can grow. All right, so there you have it. That is how you can make money with Fiverr arbitrage. As I said previously, what this basically means is that you're going to sell something for higher than what you're going to buy it from someone else. So let's say you sell something for $20, you buy the same service from another freelancer on Fiverr for $5, which means that you make $15 in profit. And then the more buyers you get, the more good reviews you get, the bigger this can grow as well. And obviously you're not limited to just setting up one gig as well. So like, let's say you start off with logo design, for example. You can do this in so many other industries as well. So just take a look at Fiverr basically, scroll around on their page and just think of other things, other gigs where you can offer as well, and you could potentially have maybe 10 different gigs where you do this in. And if you then just get a few sales per day, this could quite quickly end up being quite a lot of money. So that is it. So if you like this video, feel free to give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you want more tips just like this. And with that being said, I will see you in the next video.